Hey guys, so I thought I would show you my latest setup for where I do all my painting. So as you can see, there's my henna sculpt head. What I have is, sorry, I've got quite a bright light there. I used to have it sitting up here, but I found I need to just see her face a little bit more, so I think for the body it'll be great up there, but at the moment I just need to see her face. And it's on what is essentially a large, like a tall, I should say, Lazy Susan. So I got this for all of $10 at Kmart. And you can tilt it as well. You've got this thing that spins around, so you can slope it towards you and slope it away from you, which I think is really cool when it comes to doing the chin. So my camera doesn't like the fact that the light is really bright. Hang on, I might just colour it. Yeah, sorry, there we go, that's a lot better. So it just spins really well, so it means I've got the light there and I can turn the head into the light or the sides. So she dries in this little case. I live right next to a main road and I get a lot of lint. For example, see whether you can see it. I didn't. If I turn the light back on, you may see it. There it is. Like all of this stuff. It's really annoying because it sticks to all the silicone. And there's nothing I can do about it. It just builds up, and it's just coming from the cars and the road and everything, and I've got trees outside. It's really annoying. I wish I had a better area to paint in, but I don't. Anyway, so I've got my little painting tray here. I typically only use 2 circles at a time, and I won't pull out the leftover silicone until I'm ready to put the next one in, because it just keeps it nice and clean. I've got my little ice cream can over there, which is my bin. This is my little toothpick tray, so when I'm dyeing, I dip the toothpick in the dye, add it to the silicone, and then I wipe the toothpick off. I've got some odorless solvent in my little squeezy tube. At the moment I've been using my red oxide colour along with these ones, which is the Sil Pig starter pack. And then I have my drawer here. It looks a bit messy from the camera angle, but it's actually quite organised. I have all my silicones that I've been using, different types, all in there. At the moment I'm using these 2, which is the Platsil. I've got my little container of odorless solvents that I wash all my brushes in, and that keeps my brushes clean. Got some other bits and bobs in there that I don't use. I've got some paddle pop sticks and things like that, but for painting purposes I don't use any of that. But that just stays hidden away. So what I've got my henna sculpt on, that's her. I've just started with the reddening phase, so she's got some blue and some purple there. I've just started with the red. She's a ball jointed neck, so she's sitting on a teacup, which is actually perfect size for her neck, I thought. It supports her head really well. This little thing here I'm just trying to keep clean. This is a cellulose sea sponge. It's been the best sponge I've found to work with silicone. You can't use latex sponges, and I tried getting some non-latex ones that were, you know, they were similar to the latex but made of a different material, and I found that they also inhibited the cure of the silicone, which is, it turns out, was probably the main reason why I was having so many issues with matting my dolls down, was despite the fact that I was using non-latex ones, whatever the chemicals were used in it was still inhibiting the cure. So it's just living here at the moment so it doesn't get dirty. So the whole head, everything's been washed and prepped, and then I'm not working on the back at the moment, so I've glad wrapped it all up to keep it super clean. I'll be working on her ears next. But yeah, so when I'm not doing anything and when she's curing, that just slides over. The only time I'm not going to be able to use this is when her ears are drying. but I'll probably do her ears last, because it's not quite wide enough. If I find a container that is a little bit wider but also has the same height, it'll be great. But yeah, that's my basic setup. I've got a plethora of brushes and things. Some are for silicone, these ones are for vinyl. I've got them separate. This is my little stick that I use for, I've actually cut the end into a focus. I think it's going to focus into like a hexagonal shape, and I use that for mottling. So that was my own design. I've got my acetone. So yeah, that's my new setup. Buying this is fantastic. It means I'm handling the doll less, which is great because I'm not going to impart anything on the silicone that will inhibit the cure. And yeah, I can just spin her as I need to get the light in the right spot. It's absolutely fantastic. I'll see whether I can get this to tilt. I don't want to tilt it too far because she might run off the edge. Because when I tilt her, I'll probably put some blue tack around the cup to keep the cup in place. But see, it just tilts and that just goes back up into position. Oh, and I've actually lined this with grease-proof paper. So I cut a circle, and then I cut all the little slits in the side, and I've taped it all down so that's nice and clean. You can wipe it easy. What it came with was like a little rubber thing, and I didn't want that because if you drop silicone on it, oh god, the mess. So if it gets really dirty or something, I could just pull it off and replace it. So there's my little Hannah sculpt drying at the moment. She's getting there slowly. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.